Le son pur, c'est sur Radio Pure FM.
Si gen yon restaurant haïtien qui respecte normes internationales dans USA, li pa l'autre que Cuisine La Caille Plus. Qui bla école dans 1672 Blue Hill Avenue Matapen. Toute prestation train dans Matapen Square. Yon bel espace propre, sécurisé, climatisé. Depuis sous nom Cuisine La Caille Plus, nous déjà ouais manger au bon, c'est coupé douette, bouillon tête cabrit, du riz ak jonjon, pitimi, blé, maïs moulin, du riz collé, sauce pois, légumes, lambi. Bon banane, moi connais un pile nous te perdu goût bouche nous, mais grâce à Cuisine La Caille Plus, tout problème résout. Si l'ami, pas faire négligence, suspend manger tente cap banou acide. Couille Algérie votre nous dans Cuisine La Caille Plus. Téléphone 857 267 48 67.
Ay bagay la red. Et nos amis mieux que pas ça. Est-ce qu'on entend parler de corona? Yo dis un virus qui pas joué, ouais. C'est maintenant qui vous veillez quoi, ouais. Faut laver main de temps en temps. Pas bailler la main, pas prendre la main. Big and bobo, faut déstainer nos bras. D'après ça, yo dit, il fait un pile de gars. Corona, il a fait un pile de gars. C'est mettre quoi qui.
Kevin La France will be wearing the captain's armband. Usually it's Johnny Placide, the captain for the Grenadier, but Kevin La France will take over as the captain. Billy Forbes, the number 7, the captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Haiti to be followed by the national anthem of Turks and Caicos.
Allez les gars, allez direct dedans les gars.
The national anthems of Haiti and Turks and Caicos. The Haitian national anthem, of course, La Dessalinienne, and Turks and Caicos national anthem, This Land of Ours. As the captains of Turks and Caicos on the left, Billy Forbes, and on the right, Kevin La France. Diego Montaño is the referee. Christian Espinosa, the first assistant. Wasna Bernard of Antigua, the second assistant, and Jorge Perez is the fourth official in charge of this matchup in Group E.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Very interesting conversation there between Johnny Placide and the referee Diego Montaño Robles. Dukins Nazon, the top goal scorer for Haiti on the pitch. 19 goals to his credit so far in his career with the Haitian national team. Still has a way to go to catch the great Manuel Sano, Mano Sano. But with his talent, wouldn't be surprised if he catches him someday. He's about halfway there. Dukins Nazon, the number 9. He was someone to watch and certainly will be a problem for the defense of Turks and Caicos. Jean-Jacques Pierre dealing with a couple of key players that are not available for this matchup. We will get into that as the game progresses. And he has some big shoes to fill when you consider what Marc Coyat, the previous manager of Haiti, did in his time in charge. Last minute words in preparation, inspiration, motivation. The 11 for Turks and Caicos, Pendiano Brooks, Christopher Luisi, just 16 years old. He will be a player to watch. Billy Forbes is the captain, Miami FC. Alcides Beret Jr., Sylvans, Beljour, Rascari Cox, Jerome and Mackinson Cadet. The 11 on the pitch for
C'est mettre quoi qui veille, quoi genre. Fais mes amis de temps en temps. Si vous sentez quoi.
So 2 debutants for Haiti in this World Cup qualifier, Antoine and Simonson. And we are underway here at the TCIFA, the Turks and Caicos Football Association, Turks and Caicos Islands Football Association National Academy in Providenciales. Haiti, they are the visitors in the red and white kits, attacking from left to right. Turks and Caicos in the dark blue kits with the white numbers attacking from right to left. Haiti from left to right, Turks and Caicos from right to left. I'm George DeMattelis. Thank you very much for joining us in this very crucial Group E World Cup qualifier in round 1 between Haiti and Turks and Caicos. James Jeffral in the middle for Brian Alceus. Expect the Haitians to dominate and control the possession in this game, as this is mishit by Kevin Lafrance, but looked like the wind held it up here. Calm, patient build-up here by Le Grenadier. 2-0 winners versus Belize in their opening match of qualifying. There's Billy Forbes up top. Can apply a little bit of pressure. The captain. Well-traveled career in the USL Championship, and he's able to dispossess Sanseus in the midfield. They're a little too calm or casual there by Derek Etienne Jr. That was the man dispossessed, and now an opportunity. Alex Christian Jr. to Basile, back to Alex Christian, inside for Nazon. Just couldn't quite control the touch there. Now back inside, the turn to shot, and it's saved. Well done, and early on, Pendiano Brooks tested here. Now down the right side, Stefan Lambez, Basile. Over Basile loses the ball as Raymond Beret Jr. tried to win it back. And so early on, the Haitians causing problems for that back line, the defense of Turks and Caicos. Pressure being applied as Jep Simonson making his debut for Haiti. Born in Denmark. And plays with Sunder Jeske in the first division of Danish football. Hope I said that right. So the Haitian national team, the depth, the squad continues to get deeper and deeper. You can forget that great semifinal run in the CONCACAF Gold Cup that ended controversially, we'll put it that way, in extra time to a penalty against Mexico. And on that far side, in the middle for Basile. Dispossessed by Mackinson Cadet, but regained quickly. Now ball over the top. It's controlled by Carnegie Antoine. Big center forward who plays in French football with Orléans. Ball out wide for Lambez. Lambez service into the middle and denied by Letson Jerome. So now set piece opportunity, corner kick for Le Grenadier. Dependiano Brooks already having to make a big save early on for the home side. You can see the wind is blowing, so Stefan Lambez is gonna have to really put a boot into this one. It looks like the wind is going against him here. Right-footed, outswinger, near post, headed out. Well positioned defensively there. James Rene. Now all the way back to Brian Atseyus. He is the defensive safety valve, if you will. A little bit sloppy from Jem Geffrard, and now an opportunity for Turks and Caicos going forward. And Billy Forbes has a look at it, but Geffrard able to beat him to the ball, although he might have been offside, so he didn't completely make a run at it. Forbes up top with Raymond Beret Jr. Spinning and dancing, Alex Christian Jr. As Alceus dropping into the middle there. When those two wing backs burst forward, Lambez and Alex Christian. There's the turn through the middle for Simonson, or excuse me, for Antoine. Antoine goes down, brought down by Jose Alceus. A sloppy touch there by Raymond Beret Jr. and Turks and Caicos now with the chance to recover a little bit of possession. Down the right side, ball out wide. Wilkins Sylvans, the intended target of that pass. And Seyus to the captain, Kevin Lafrance. Stéphane Lambez, plenty of space in front of him. Another player representing Orléans on the pitch for Haiti. A touchdown by Alex Christian Jr. Great link-up play with Derek Etienne Jr. The header by Nazon. Kept out. Now, pressure through the midfield. Holding on for the ball a little too long was Beret Jr. Now out wide, a chance here. Raskari Cox trying to filter it through there for Billy Forbes, but Placide off of his line before anyone else. Geffrard providing cover also. Brian Alceus. Plenty of space there, time for the Haitians to pick out a pass. Good touch through the middle, almost getting the turn. It was Antoine. Carnegie Antoine, one of the two Orléans players in the starting 11 for Haiti. Out wide there, Raskari Cox loses the ball to Lambez. The touch by Antoine in the middle now for Basile. Basile out wide to Nazon. Nazon, quick touch to Etienne Jr. Derek Etienne Jr., the MLS Cup winner with Columbus Crew. And it's going to be a corner kick for Haiti. Derek Etienne Jr. Well defended by Letson Jerome. So far, in the 8th minute, it's been the Haitians that have looked the dangerous side going forward here. Let's see if this set piece can yield a goal. Stefan Lambez trying to make sure the flag doesn't impede him. That wind is gusting pretty strongly here. So the referee, Diego Montaño, says, well, I don't know what he says, but he's probably telling him don't mess with the stick there. And now on opportunities. Stefan Lambez is gonna put his right boot into this one. Geffrard might be a target. Here's a big player. Instead, they play it short. Inside, defensive header cleared away. It falls for Simonsen. Simonsen out wide. La France. And Alex Christian does well to win it, although it looked like maybe he was going to lose it for a second. Here's Basile. Basile is still with it. Into the area, the header! Carnegie Antoine flying in. He had the header. The goal was at his mercy. And he sends it wide. Maybe Simonsen had a chance at it as well. But it's a missed opportunity that should have been put away. Carnegie Antoine, as I mentioned, one of the two debutants playing their first match, their first international match for Haiti. Carnegie Antoine, born in Paris, in France, and representing Haiti. And certainly Haiti does draw strength from the diaspora, as well as players born and raised on the island nation as well. So far, Turks and Caicos standing strong. There's the header down by Jeff Beljour. Now bursting forward, Basile with a touch. Got around Cadet, but no foul whistled. Geffrard there to clean it up, regain the possession for Haiti as Omar Edwards, the Jamaican, the manager of Turks and Caicos. La France. Stefan Lambez, he's just looking for someone to pass it to. It's back to La France, to Alceus. Brian Alceus. To Basile. Head up looking. As Alex Christian Jr. trying to link up there with Dukins Nazon. And Pendiano Brooks reeling it in for the home side. As I mentioned, just a young footballing nation, Turks and Caicos. Their first international victory back in 2014 against the British Virgin Islands. Turks and Caicos, a nation that is dependent on the UK. Here's an opportunity now. Simonsen down the right side after linking up with Antoine, the two debutantes linking up, and it's going to be a corner kick opportunity again for Le Grenadier. It's crashing into to prevent the cross is the 16-year-old Christopher Luisi, born in April of 2006, just celebrated his 16th birthday. Simonsen. Basile almost went for the shot, but it was kept out by Cadet. Mackinson Cadet. There's a player down. I believe it's Carnegie Antoine. And a foul set piece opportunity here for Haiti. Nope, that was Jem Geffrard, the big central defender, center back. Battling for the ball in the midfield. So now Hervé Basile, that 4-4-2 diamond midfield formation for JJ Pierre. Let's see what will happen here as Stefan Lambez is standing over the ball as well. Him and Hervé Basile. Important moment here in the match. Basile, left-footed, right into the wall. Another chance, once again deflected. Stefan Lambez is gonna send this one into the air, trying to link up there with Nazon. Dukins Nazon, 19 goals in 43 matches for Haiti coming into this encounter as the Haitians need a victory here in order to stay alive and move on or get closer to the next step of World Cup qualifying. With some floated in, looking for Derek Etienne Jr. No problem from Pendiano Brooks in goal for Turks and Caicos. I think he got to fix his hair. I don't know how you can see with that little, with the hair floating in front of his face there, but it's worked out well so far for the TCI goalkeeper. Turks and Caicos Islands. Once again, Haiti on the move. Nazon there the shot. And Brooks easily reeling it in. Comfortable save for the goalkeeper. And event turns it away, gives it right back. Derek Etienne out wide to Alex Christian Jr. A little bit of sloppy passing there. Geffrard able to win it back for the MLS Cup winner. And now a chance settled, well done by Antoine. Carnegie Antoine. Antoine keeps it in. Tries to deliver the service inside of Rascari Cox. And Carnegie Antoine not happy with the call. Well, the teenager, Christopher Luisi, does well to sell it. And he does come in from behind there, although it looked like he got a lot of the ball, but it is a foul from behind. And so 15 minutes in, still 0-0 at this point. The Haitians have looked the side more likely to score here. But the goalkeeper Brooks has come up with a couple of saves, although he definitely has to work on his distribution. Now a chance here through the middle. Nazon driving at the defense, loses it, but Basile is able to recover. Hervé Basile. Basile squaring inside. It's going to fall for Antoine. The shot! Brooks makes the save. Another great save by the Turks and Caicos goalkeeper. This was Jep Simonsen, excuse me. The Danish-born Haitian international making his debut. Turned plenty of space. And Brooks so far putting a man in the match performance in goal for Turks and Caicos. As I said, he's got to work on his distribution, but his saves have come up big so far. Done well in that department. The header cleared out. Gonna fall for Nazon. Nazon still with it. Then the shot deflected by Kevin Lafrance, driving toward goal. Headed down Simonsen. And safely played out there by James Rene. One of the two center backs for Turks and Caicos. Antoine over the top. There's Antoine connecting Simonsen with the pass. Alex Christian Jr. Good ball now out wide, inside, looking, oh, just across the 6. Almost a touch for goal there at the near post, very close. It's an excellent ball by Alex Christian Jr. Looked like it was Nazon at the near post that just was hair off in terms of getting a touch onto it. And the Haitians slowly starting to find the spaces in this Turks and Caicos defense. As Jeff Beljour is down. A 23-year-old midfielder is going to walk it off. So Brooks having to deal with the wind a little bit. Chested down by Antoine. Jeffrard with a touch through the middle. Anseus is brought down by Raymond Burry Jr. And so Kevin Lafrance sending it in. You have to wonder how the wind is affecting the ball when players try to play it long. Here's Basile bursting forward. It's going to be a corner kick in favor of, oh no, goal kick. I thought at first he was pointing toward the corner, but it's going to be a goal kick for Turks and Caicos. Well, this man has been very busy here in the first 19 minutes, 20 minutes of this match. Elevating to win the header. Anseus. Sliding tackle there by Mackinson Cadet, but eventually gets out wide on the right to Stefan Lambez, and he is brought down by Raymond Beret Jr. Clear foul. Mackinson Cadet doing the hard work in the midfield, dispossessing or getting a touch on Derek Etienne Jr., but Brian Alceus able to win it back, and now another set-piece opportunity here. Look out for Jem Jeffra, a tall target in the penalty area for Haiti, wearing the number 6. Currently plying his trade with Halifax Wanderers in the Canadian First Division, the big center back wearing the number 6. It's going to be Lambez inside. Turn, and Simonson sends this one, that chance to the Bahamas. Turks and Caicos not far from the Bahamas, actually not far from Haiti either. Very close, about an hour north of the nation that takes up the west side of Hispaniola. 21 minutes in, it is still 0-0 here in this crucial Group E World Cup qualifier in the first round of the tournament, if you will. Turks and Caicos have been on the back heel, or the back foot, I should say, for the majority of this match. Now they have an opportunity to build their attack going forward, get a little bit of possession for Omar Edwards' side, and see what they can do here to pin the Haitian defense down a little bit. As the throw by the teenager, Christopher Luisi, trying to link up with Raskari Cox. Raskari Cox has a future as a personal trainer. And the brother's ripped. Here's Johnny Placide. Johnny Placide back in French football, recently signing with Ligue 2 side Bastia, so we'll get to play some football on the island. On another island, I should say. He's playing football now on an island for an island nation, and his club football for an island that plays in the French football pyramid, if you will, is Beret Jr. Unable to connect, and now here's Haiti with an opportunity in transition. Hervé Basile. Basile tracked down by Beljour inside, the chance! Simonson was there, Nazon as well. Great ball by Basile. Nazon gets a touch onto it, but not enough to direct it toward goal. And a missed opportunity for Haiti again, as they are really starting to find some progress down the left side of the attack. You saw a great cross earlier by Alex Christian Jr. down the left side. Great move there to shake off his marker, and plenty of space now bursting forward for Alex Christian Jr. In the middle for Derek Etienne, and that shot goes wide. So the two juniors, if you will, linking up on that particular sequence, Alex Christian and Derek Etienne. It's the right idea, but the shot goes wide. A little bit of a step over move, some space. That left side has been very effective for Haiti going forward in the attack as Le Grenadier continue to try and threaten the goal of Turks and Caicos. The time Carnegie Antoine looking dangerous. Beautiful view of the island of Providenciales. Once again, down the left side with Derek Etienne. Now this is Basile. Basile has that freedom to move into Rome. He has number 7 on his back, but it's a number 10 role. There's Alceus. It's Christian Jr. Basile, head up. Able to get around now the service inside. A couple of headers, but it falls to Stefan Lambez. Quick service into the area. Defensive header by Cadet. And now here's Billy Forbes. Spent most of his professional career in the USL Championship, currently with Miami FC. Great ball out wide for Raskari Cox, the future personal trainer. Unable to bring it in. And Haiti once again on the move, and they're going to go and continue to go down that left side. You've seen Stefan Lambez, the right back, go forward. They've really looked dangerous down the left side as Jeb Simonsen chesting it down for Lambez. Listen, as I mentioned, born in Denmark. His mother is Haitian, and that is why he is eligible. Well, that one trying to filter through to either Antoine or Simonsen. It's going to fall through in the area. Derek Etienne Jr. goes down. The referee says no penalty. We'll get a corner kick in favor of IET. Let's see, is he fouled here? It's close. Might be. Gets bodied off the ball for sure by James Rene. And the corner kick opportunity here. It's been Stefan Lambez that has taken the corner so far. This time, the header, goal! Haiti finally breaks through in the 27th minute. And they played it short with Basile taking it. Derek Etienne with the assist, and Dukins Nazon with the finish. And finally, well-deserved goal for Haiti, well-placed header as well. Dukins Nazon creeping closer and closer to Manu Sanon's record. Still has a way to go, but number 20 for the national team for the number 9 of Le Grenadier. So Haiti finally break through with Dukins Nazon. And it is 1-0 for Le Grenadier. Man who once scored 5 goals in a game for Haiti, and now, well, might get a brace here the way they're going here. Inside turn, the shot, Simonsen, it's deflected. Lambez tracking it down, and that one is going to go into the sandy bushes behind the goal, defended by Pendino Brooks. bodies crashing. As Kevin Lafrance is down. Crashing into the teenager, Christopher Luisi. So this goal right now is the difference, would give them 6 points and move them level with Nicaragua at the top of Group E. Move them one step closer. You could tell Christopher Luisi, 16 years old. You can just see on his face that he is a youngster, a young teenager. They're getting valuable experience in this World Cup qualifier. And Kevin Lafrance receiving some attention as well. Good time for hydration break in the beautiful but hot Caribbean sun. And some instructions being doled out by Diego Montaño in Spanish by the Mexican referee. So this gives these managers an opportunity to also talk a little tactics. You have kind of an injury slash hydration break. This one is going to be put back into play here as Haiti wins the ball back very quickly, and now trying to take advantage of, well, I thought maybe some numbers. Here's Jeff Simonson squaring inside. The turn to shot. Nazon makes it 2-0 for Haiti. Haiti. Dukins Nazon in the 31st minute. Remember, goal differential is important. That started with a quick turnover in the midfield, an aggressive forward attacking movement by Haiti, and they put it over the line into the back of the net. Dukins Nazon, he is the star player for Haiti, and he has a couple of goals, and he knows how important that goal differential is, and so he quickly restarts. And so 2-0 for Le Grenadiers. Can they pour it on and get a third goal here before the end of the first half? Dukins Nazon, 2 goals in the span of 4 minutes. It took them a while, but they finally were able to break through this Turks and Caicos defense. And now Nazon, Basile can't quite get around Mackinson Cadet, and so play it long and trying to connect with Billy Forbes. It's going to be the best way, I think, for Turks and Caicos to get a goal is on transition, in the transition movement, on the counterattack. Haiti's going to dominate the possession. That back line is going to creep higher and higher. Here's a chance, Etienne for Nazon, who tried to touch it around there against the big number 19, Ledson Jerome. And once again, just trying to play those counterattack. Ball played to Basile. Stefan Lambez. Back to Basile. Through for Yep Simonson. In for Lambez. Lambez. A little bit of a sloppy touch there before it is cleared away by James Rene. Smooth little ball there by Yep Simonson. And so the first touch is good if he keeps it going toward goal. Stefan Lambez has a shot there. That first touch is good. Oh, well, maybe it wasn't that good. So let's see if Haiti can produce a third goal here off the set piece defensive header. Flying in wildly was Stefan Lambez. And Billy Forbes chasing it down, not quite as it's Nazon winning it in the midfield. Nazon against Nazon. A touch there by Antoine. The shot deflected, possible handball. Nazon is gonna get a hat trick in the 35th minute. And it is 3-0 Haiti. Dukins Nazon, 3 goals in 8 minutes. For the star striker for Le Grenadier. You can see that it was the shot by Carnegie Antoine that disrupted the defense a little bit. Actually, it's a great first touch there by Antoine to kind of pull it back and create the space and the opportunity to score. And then Dukins Nazon is there. Right place at the right time, as all good number 9s usually are. It's 3-0 Haiti. A hat trick for Dukins Nazon. And this is a man who has scored 5 in a game before, so he would love to duplicate that in this one. He did it back in 2018. 5 in a game against St. Martin. And really announced himself in the 2015 Gold Cup, also a key player in that 2019 Gold Cup run as well. Ball played long, and certainly has been a rough first half for Turks and Caicos. Alex Christian Jr. Derek Etienne Jr. Passed a little too casual for Hervé Basile. And is won by the number 9, Beret Jr. But that's been Turks and Caicos. The little bit that they have seen of the ball, they just haven't been able to hold the possession, stay calm. As Omar Edwards, the Jamaican manager and coach of Turks and Caicos, knows this is a long-term situation. There's a smooth little touch there by Alex Christian Jr. Nazon is open. Derek Etienne Jr. with the shot off the post. Thought they were going to try and pass it to Dukins Nazon. Oh, poor touch there, almost falls cleanly for Nazon, but eventually cleared away by Jose Elsius. This one is going to fall here. Kept in by Antoine before it cleared away. And Alex Christian Jr. driving at the defense down the left side. It's going to fall for Nazon. Will he get a fourth? Nazon dancing. Nazon! He's got 4! This one in the 38th minute. And Dukins Nazon, 1 goal short of the record for most goals by a Haitian player in an international match. In the first 25, 26 minutes, Haiti were struggling to finish their chances. The last 11 minutes have turned into a training session for Le Grenadier. Haiti have a 4-0 advantage over Turks and Caicos. All 4 goals scored by Dukins Nazon. And Haiti driving for a 5th here is Antoine the shot, and it's kept out by Brooks. Well, with this result as it stands right now, looks like Brooks got a touch onto it, although it was going wide. As it stands right now, Haiti would have a +6 goal differential with 6 points. And I think they want to make sure they can get about, well, if Nicaragua can beat Turks and Caicos 7-0, the Haitians are thinking that they can do the same. And it's Christian Jr. Haiti just won a World Cup appearance back in 1974 when tournament was held in, I call it the Great Tournament, was held in West Germany. And a big moment in that tournament for Haitian football history was the leading goal scorer in the history of the Grenadier when Manuel Mano Sano, he ended Dino Zoff, the great Italian goalkeeper, ended his record for minutes without allowing a goal. Mano Sano ending that run with a goal to end a 1,142-minute streak in which Dino Zoff, the great Dino Zoff, had not allowed a goal. In fact, the only 2 goals ever scored in Haiti's lone World Cup appearance, scored by the late great Emmanuel Mano Sano. We'll see if this squad of Haiti have enough to get to the 2022 Qatar World Cup. And Dukins Nazon can add to that goal tally. This is a service near post. Carnegie Antoine. It's the intended target near post as we are under 5 minutes remaining at the TCIFA National Academy in Providenciales and Turks and Caicos Islands, the beautiful Turks and Caicos Islands, just about an hour north of the beautiful island nation of Haiti. And it's the second time he's warning him, Diego Montaño, the Mexican referee. Has to be a frustrating evening, or frustrating game, I should say, for Turks and Caicos. Derek Etienne Jr. down the right side here. Here's Basile back to Derek Etienne Jr. Pass maybe a little bit too behind Derek Etienne Jr. He had plenty of space in front of him. Here's the man with 4 goals, Dukins Nazon. Would love to get a 5th here. Out wide to Alex Christian Jr. Well, Haiti have scored 6 goals so far in qualifying with 3 different goal scorers. 4 of them coming Dukins Nazon, 27th, 31st, 35th, and 38th minutes. Hervé Basile, Derek Etienne Jr. And La France. From Alceus, back to La France. Now Hervé Basile down the right side. Basile almost linked up there with Nazon, but it's cut out nicely there by Mackinson Cadet. Here's a turn to show! What a goal! An excellent finish for number 5 by Carnegie Antoine. And the man from Orléans in his debut with Haiti scores a golazo. Got a bel gol ça. Carnegie Antoine, 5-0 for Haiti. It's a poor pass in the middle there by Jose Elcius, who essentially passes it to Carnegie Antoine, and there's nothing Pendiano Brooks could do about it. 5-0 Haiti. They are pouring it on here in Turks and Caicos, and in his debut, he gets a goal for Le Grenadier. Carnegie Antoine well, making a case for more playing time, or at least more consideration for a starting spot for the team in red and white. That beautiful blue and red flag. Another chance here as Antoine still trying to catch up to Dukins Nazon. So 5-0 Haiti pouring it on Turks and Caicos. And the brain trust, if you will, of the Haitian national team. Certainly have to be enjoying what has happened, especially the last 20-25 minutes, as Billy Forbes trying to run onto it. By the way, Turks and Caicos looking for their first goal in of this qualifying campaign. This one floated out wide on the left, linking with